blank screen. So real. Well, it wouldn't be blank if my PS3 didn't say the last time the system was shut off, it was shut off incorrectly. The system may be corrupted. When I don't know who did that, but it wasn't me. Okay, I'm gonna go get the controller. And get this all set up. What are you doing? What are you doing? It's like everybody waits until I start streaming to send 7,000 notifications. Get back over there. James, can you work 7 to 7 tomorrow? No, thank you. Okay. Oh, wait, hang on. Back up. There, that's a little better. Kinda need to be able to see the screen to watch me play. It's kind of important, right? Who did what? Oh, okay. Zemus, thank you for retweeting my interaction. Streamers connected, thank you for following me, though it will only be momentarily, I'm sure. And while I'm on the subject, I'm pretty sure I didn't recall to say this the last time. Excalibiff, thank you for following. I appreciate it, even though you followed not last stream, but the stream before, like I think at the very end. So that's cool. Helmet. Also not gonna need this for where we're going next. Where we're going, we're not gonna need roads. I think I'm just gonna use this heater shield. I don't think I'm gonna. I was gonna get the kite shield at some point, but I think I'm just gonna use this instead. I mean, why the hell not? 1 minute, we'll get started. I'll take a drink and we'll get going. I really don't need the Adjudicator's Shield right now, or these two. Might as well put them away and come back and get them when I need them. I think I will do that. Alright. Quick drink, and we'll get going. That's much better. How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Demon's Souls. Let me give you a formal salute. Hello there. Last time we gingerly tiptoed our way through 4-1, and then also took on 1-2, and took care of the bosses there, although 1-2 almost killed us due to input lag, but that's, just the nature of the online servers, I suppose. And in this one, Ostrava is back here.
Here in Boletaria, we speak of the legend of the two swords and the last hero. The two swords are Demonbrand and Soulbrand. One sword banishes that which befouls man, and the other banishes man himself. The last hero is old King Doran. King Doran is the Everlasting One, founder of Boletaria and protector of the two swords.
Huh.
Of course, only according to legend.
Of course.
But in the dark state of our land, legends are all we can depend upon.
It's interesting because you find that as you go through the game, his words ring true to how you experience Boletaria as well, because you learn about Boletaria through the descriptions of the items that you receive. So, like... Oh, that's not a good example, but like the All-Guide of Souls there's a good example. You learn about the All-Guide of Souls and a little bit of Boletaria because you learn about Gary, a friend of Sage Frake, just by going through the area and picking up the items. So it's interesting that his words ring true to the gameplay as well as the lore of the game. Hey Conker, how's it going? So, I mentioned last time that we would probably be going to Stonefang Mine next. I am going to take that back, because we are going to go to the Valley of Defilement next so that I can get the weapon that I'm going to use for most of the game here. First, I need to deposit some stuff, withdraw some stuff, and hopefully not die while moving around some stuff. I can probably hold on to those. So we'll put those two away for now. We can put that away for now because I won't need it. I'm only going to keep the stuff that I'm going to equip in my inventory. Thanks to item burden, I don't want to make it, I don't want to keep myself too overbearing on my weapons and armor and stuff there. Of course, there's also the fact that I have all this moongrass, and 41 weighs 4.1 and all that other stuff since I'm carrying all this crap around. I'm going to deposit this stuff, too. Checking college classes. Cool, man. That's good. Any particular things catching your eye just yet, or are you still kind of browsing around? I know I did a lot of that when I was looking around for this stuff to take for my classes this semester. And last semester, too, really. Deposit that stuff, too. How much of a difference did that make? I don't think it made that much of a difference. So the real question is, what's weighing me down so much? It's probably just the collection of items that I've got all gathered up. So since that's the case, let me take my healing items back out. Never know when they're going to come in handy. Stone of Ephemeral Eyes I'm going to leave, though, because it's not really going to be that useful. You know what we will take out, though? I'm going to take these fire bombs out, because they might come in handy, too, over the area that we're going to.
You have a heart of gold. Don't let them take it from you.
Well, I will do the best I can there, Thomas. Anyway, yes, so Valley of Defilement, here we come. Right over here. This damp valley is the resting place of those who have been thrown away. Overtaken by poison and plague, the dwellers attack anyone who wanders into the valley hoping to offer souls to the woman who showed compassion. I wonder who this woman could be. Maybe we'll find out as we go and take on the Valley of Defilement. Browsing at the moment and looking for a possible work schedule. Okay, yeah, that's a good idea. Because it's tough to try to manage that stuff around, like, manage work around school and school around work. You gotta kind of... There's a balance to it. and it's not easy to do. So just take your time with it. You know, just find the stuff that works for you in both regards, and I think you'll do fine. We're already less than 10 seconds in, and there's already a waterfall of shit and aborted fetuses. I don't know how much of that you can actually see on the camera there, but I can see it fairly clearly. And it's kind of morbid and disgusting and incredibly depressing and blah, 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 blah. Anyway, let's get moving. As you may recall, if you watched me play the game on YouTube, I named the episode where we went here Scatophobia, and for good reason, because there is a whole lot of shit here. And also trapped doors and floors, because, yeah, that's gotta be a thing too. That. Can you come and get me from there? Oh, even if you can't, I can do this. These guys here are weak to fire, so the fact that I have Flame Toss probably help out a lot. If you had fire arrows, so much the better. Unfortunately, I do not, so I cannot do anything about that. Is there an item back there? I don't know, but I can go around and get it from here. Go down here. Just gotta be careful, because this place likes to mess with you. The rafters and all. And as if that's not enough, I am online, so we may get invaded. And that would be probably fun. Watch where you're pointing those things, invisible person. It's actually him that's supposed to spring the trap, but yeah, I kind of took care of him before he could. Try to use my other options besides just straight melee when I can here. I think it will help a little bit. There's a couple ways we could go. I could go down and grab that. And then just sort of drop down, push that over. Do that stuff, maybe. What else is over here? Just a ladder? Okay, well then we're going to go that way instead of the ladder way, because ladder way is slow because it's a ladder, so. Alternatively, we could just do whatever just happened. What are you doing down there? Good to know I can kill them with a combo. Soul and other stuff. Now you gotta be careful because some of these guys are actually alive. I don't remember if this one is. Apparently not. But if you slash them while they're down like that, they you can actually hurt them. So. And I apologize if the walls disorient anybody. Believe me, it's disorienting to me too. Oh god, I missed again. Oh, I missed. But there's a wall correction for the camera in this game, and there's no way to shut it off, unlike Dark Souls 1 through every other game in the series. So it just sort of happens, and it's no good. There we go. That's a little better. You gonna pop up when I grab this Morning Star? Yes, you are. Goodbye. Can't quite kill them yet with the collision 2 hits, so you're gonna have to be a little careful. Or alternatively, they could just lemming their way off of a cliff. That works too. So we need a flame toss, and an arrow, pew, and that will do. There's another Talisman of God for us. Very nice. Uh-oh. Camera, work with me. Oh, good. I can do that. Very nice. Perhaps if I run over here, I can get them to come out of that area and, you know, do dumb things like run off of cliffs and all that good stuff. Or I could just do that. That works too. Because if you drop down with them all there, it makes for an interesting fight. I use interesting in air quotes because, you know, not so much interesting as it is, they could just stunlock you to death at certain points, so gotta be careful. Here's a soul item. Here's this man's. And I didn't remember if that thing dropped out from underneath you, so I didn't want to get too close to the center because that's usually where it starts to drop down from the center. There's enemies over there. This guy is probably going to get up. Well, could just take care of him that way, because that works too. And then when I go across, we're going to have to deal with whomever's on this side and whomever's on that side. Yep. Excuse me. There we go. Because you got some mans coming up behind him there. Oh god. Yeah, they have a rushing attack that they can hit you with. That one. And it's a bunch of attacks in a row. And it can stun lock you. It does decent damage. It probably would take off if you hit me with every single one of them. It'd probably take off about a third of my health. And I would rather not, so yeah, we're going to try to avoid that where we can. Whoop. Hello there. Here's where I think those fire bombs will start coming in a little more handy. Oh, hold on. Alternatively, don't push me down that thing. That would be helpful. Yeah, here's where fire bombs I think might start coming into a little more use for us. Because there are enemies below me that I could probably pepper with fire bombs to make things a little quicker. Depending on where they are, of course. They could be over here. Where are you? Ah. Whoa. Whoa, camera. Whoa. Whoa. Whoop. No. Wait. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, well that takes care of one of them. I just gotta remember that the fire bombs sort of draw me forward a little bit. And then it'll be fine. Où est-ce que c'est? Ah, okay. I was not having a stroke. That was French, in case anybody was unsure or took Spanish. Reason why I'm being careful is because when I drop down there, there's more enemies on this side of the hallway over here. I think this drops out, right? Yeah. I've come to the realization that this playthrough, I'm actually going to be doing sort of like a Universalists build for Demon's Souls, which is kind of a strange way of putting it, but the reason why I say it like that is because the only other game that I've done something remotely similar to the mixture of melee, magic, and range that I'm doing in this one is in Kingdoms of Amalur, where I played as a Universalist the last time I played. And it's like you use a bow. In that particular instance, you use a bow, you use magic, and you use melee, all mixed together. So I don't think I really play most games that way, though, like RPGs, that is. I think most of my experience, I pick one or the other, like one out of the three, and I focus on it, maybe sometimes mixing it together, depending on the game. Now let's see here. Down this plank, if you are brave, you can fall off the plank into that little nest there. It's not really a nest, but you know. There's a bunch of enemies down there, and then at the end of that little trek there is where my weapon of choice is for the game. But I think we're going to try to get down there a different way if we can. And I'm not really all that concerned about my... You're probably alive, right? Well, if you are, you're doing a good job of avoiding my attacks. What was I saying? Yeah, we're going to try to go down around the other way, because usually that's the way that I go. So, try something else. Oop. Just slide down in here, grab the shard of faint stone, almost get wrecked. Get a little wrecked. Get more wrecked. And then kill them. I had it, it just took a minute. Alright, now, I don't remember exactly what you can run into over here, but I think this is where we start running into the larger versions of these guys, and they're just mean, so... I think you can get ambushed from the side here if you're not careful. Yeah, because see, there's a dude there, and there's a dude there, so... I want to walk carefully so as to make them come to you. I wasn't sure how I wanted to handle that one, so I was hesitating whether or not to take out an arrow or what. But those are giant ticks, and they're bloated with blood. And they're yucky. Watch your footing here, it's really steep. Just gonna share space with you for a second there, Mr. Tick. I would not recommend fighting them in melee range, because they kind of explode when they die. That ain't no good. This guy's gonna come to life when we grab this item. This item is the Saint's Robe, or the Saint's Set. Here he comes. Good, 2 heavy hits kills him. That's good to know. Go this way so I don't accidentally slip through crack in the floor or something. And now we continue. Like everything else here, though, these guys are weak to fire, so... Looks like the same combination that works for the other guys will also work here. Oops. Okay, floor, you're really pissing me off. Hello? I didn't realize I didn't switch. Hold on. Alright, let's use a spice, since that was bad. I think down here is where you start running into... Yes, here's the filthy woman, and that means even further down are the rats. And the rats are annoying because they plague you. Not poison, actual plague, like the legit toxic of the game. And the reason why I'm fighting them like this is, I mean, A, it's good for AoE because you can catch a whole ton of them at the same time. But also, B, poison and plague in this game are a lot worse than they are in other Souls games. In this particular instance, poison and plague actually reduce your stamina regen percentage. And that's no good. Because it means that you are less able to defend yourself against the enemies because you're less able to dodge them or attack them, and that's obviously a problem. Oh, I got a Stone of Ephemeralize. Let's take that out of there. Okay. Hello there.
Won't you buy something? My poor child is hungry.
And where is your poor child? I don't think she knows where her poor child
You
is.
don't deserve to die.
Oh, I'm glad
so
you
let me
think
give
that.
you some advice. This place is buzzing with pests, fattened on a diet of souls. In order to protect yourself, you must keep a lotus with you. The price of survival can never be too high, can it?
No, can't. But thankfully, I have lotuses with me already. The only problem with her lotuses is that she charges exorbitant prices for them, so that can be a problem. The weapon that I would like to get for the playthrough is the mace, and she sells it for 3,000 souls, but I'm not going to get it from her because we can get one in the level, although it is a little bit of a... It's not a regular mace, so... but we can also purchase this stuff. This stuff's a little expensive, but I would like to at least get the chain gloves, if not the chain gloves and the chain helmet. I'm probably going to have to back out of her thing. She's going to yell at me.
Breath on you. Did that witch send you to torment me?
Which witch are you talking about? Anyway. Let's see what we can get from some of these solos and see if I can get to 5k. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Unknown Soldier Soul, and this should get me just over the top. Yep. Sweet. Alright, fine. Please buy another. I didn't buy one last time, but I will take this and this. Please and thank you.
Finished already?
Yes, ma'am.
My little one is a growing boy. Please be generous.
I'd be more generous if he was actually here with you. Anyway. Let's put on this and put on this. Can I do that without... I can't quite do that without fat rolling. Damn. Well, let's see how it looks first. Well, that's not bad. I'm cool with that, but we're going to take the gloves off for now because I can't... I have to be below 50% equip burden or else I start fat rolling, and that's not ideal. Actually, I could probably put the leather gloves on. I don't think I'll be overburdened then. Yeah, I won't be. Okay, so we'll stick with this for now. Now, let me see here. Can I get across this? No, because it's on the other side there. Okay. So we're going to have to go back up, around, and down. And that is what we'll do. Pardon me for a moment while I blow my nose. And Jaeger barks. Okay. Now, see if we can get back up here. We'll take the plunge, and then we'll maneuver our way around. I wonder what he's barking at. I could look. Since this isn't that threatening, unless I run off of a ledge by accident. Hold on. Hello? Slow down, Yank. Slow down. What you doing, huh? What you barking at? What you barking at, huh? You're alright. It's okay. They're okay. They're okay. Hey, we're gonna get you your food in a minute, okay? We'll get you your food in a little bit, okay? You're alright, good boy. Good boy. Keep that open. Alright. There. I would keep the window open, but it's starting to snow, which means it's gonna be colder out. That's no good. Be wasting heat. And that is a precious thing indeed to waste. Alright, let's take the plunge. I wasn't sure if you were dead or not. Couldn't see your HP bar there. Alrighty, Conqueror, I'll see you in a little while. Thanks for stopping by. Are you dead? Yes, you are. Okay. So, we need to... Hey, one of the rats ended up right there. So, probably one of these guys at least is going to pop back to life in a moment. Yeah. Ow. You jerk. Okay, camera. Work with me. Tick. I think there's some faint stone over here. That's what you get out of this. But you want to stay as far away from that tick as you can when he, you know, bursts his bubble there. And there we go. The Blessed Mace +1. That is the weapon of choice for the playthrough. But, as I said, it is not exactly a normal mace. It's a Blessed Mace. And you might be wondering, well, wait, MCR, what do you mean it's the weapon of choice? Are you going to be doing a faith build? No. I'm not going to be doing a faith build. I'm doing an all-rounder build. And because of that, I'm going to be unblessing that mace and changing it into something more useful to my purposes. What will that be? Well, we'll find out eventually, but for right now I have a giant depraved one to deal with. Deal with him first. Do as much damage as I can before he gets here, and then he uses a big club, so you don't want to get hit by his club, or, you know, because of all the stamina use it causes. Thankfully, if you can get around behind them, they're pretty easy to deal with because they don't have an attack where they like swing around behind them. I don't think they do it, but ow. And because they don't have an attack like that, it makes it a little easier to take them out that way. Now let's see here. Oh, I see you. Let's just... Oh, okay, I was going to say, let's just funnel them. And I still can, I just need to run past these guys first. Still firebombs? I still do have firebombs. Have some of these. That, man, frames. Ow. But yeah, that's why you don't want to get hit by some of their attacks, because they can be pretty nasty. Uh-oh. Man, this is some, like, Diablo 2 shit. I need Soul Arrow instead. Get rid of this. Oh, nope. Maybe it's you that has the low HP. Haha! Oh god. And now for you! I will say this, though. I should probably be saving some of my Half Moon Grass because you get... in the earlier portions of this game, you get significantly less Half Moon Grass than you do Crescent Moon Grass. So I might want to just use the Crescent Grass to heal. And just use a couple of them, as opposed to, you know, using one Half Moon Grass to do the same effect. Oh, hello, ticks. Hold on a tick. I said... Alright. Alright, I'm getting sick of your shenanigans. We're just going to use something that's laser accurate. Those are regular arrows, right? Yes, they are. Cool. I was like, wait a minute, I did unequip the white arrows, right? Oh god, look at the grubs. Blech. grubs all over the place. And there's some marrow stone. That can be used, I believe, to make the fatal upgrade for your daggers and stuff. I think it also works on spears and rapiers. Fatal is kind of like an alternative to sharp. You get blade stone for sharp, but fatal decreases the overall damage that the weapon deals. Oh god, don't go nowhere, microphone, Jesus Christ. Decrease the overall weapon that the damage deals, but it increases by exponential factors how much damage it deals with a backstab. I don't know if it's exponential though, maybe it's just a certain percentage. But you can get some really powerful weapons if you are fighting human-sized enemies and you use fatal weapons. Larger enemies, not so much, but stuff like this where you can backstab them, very useful. Take your pot shot. And I'll take mine. Tell you though, I'm so glad I got that fragrant ring. Because, well, there's this. Of course, the problem with fighting these guys comes from the fact that you can't really get behind them when they're on a bridge like that. But you can do this apparently because he's not the smartest guy in their crew. He's not the sharpest tool in their shed there. Glad I had enough MP for that. Holy cow. I'm gonna use 2. I know the fragrant ring will get me up to full, but yeah. But be careful around those giant depraved ones, because if you were to look at my stamina bar when I was getting hit by one of its swings, yeah, that's no good. Where to from here? Down here, probably. I think we're almost done with the level, if I recall correctly. Maybe? Maybe not. Oh, that looks like something. Are you gonna come back to life there, buddy? I think not. Ah, hello. Some full moon grass, nice. Be wary of the enemy's miracles. I don't think that this next boss can cast miracles, but thank you for the advice anyway. So, the next boss, well, it's going to show us right here. Is a giant wiggling pile of leeches. What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets! But enough talk! Have at you! So this is Leechmonger. The big deal with this boss is that he can heal himself. I believe, but as long as he has leeches attached to him like that. Now, I don't remember if he can actually hit me from up here or not, but if I had fire arrows, this would be trivialized because... Okay, you can't do anything from there. But yeah, if I had fire arrows, this would be trivialized because the fire kind of burns away his leeches and makes it so that he can't really as effectively heal himself. I think he can hit you from certain parts of the room, but... yeah, so you can kind of hit you from there, but... But if you just sort of stand up here and spam fire at him, well... I'm trying to avoid those there when I'm coming down, because I eventually do want to get down to him so I can use Turpentine. Spam the ever-loving shit out of my Khaleej at him. Because obviously this isn't working. I figured, oh yeah, the fire burns away the leeches, but I think I'm thinking of Dark Souls 3 in that regard. Whoop. Yeah, we don't want to be full leeches, because the leeches can drain your health a little bit, and that ain't good. And I think you can roll them off eventually. Or maybe they just come off after a certain period of time. Yeah, there you go. I don't really fight this boss that often, so I don't know. I mean, you don't have a choice, obviously, but I don't really recall anything particularly interesting about him, so I don't know. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna need to do some of this. There we go. Need to roll those, I think. Might be a little bit better than what I'm currently doing. Alright. Let's get in there.
Okay, I'm gonna go in a minute.
Okay, not sure what just happened, but okay. I think he can turn around and swing at me, so I don't really want to mess with that if I can afford not to. Oh, he's just healing himself. Okay, I was like, what's he doing? But, yeah. Ow. Well, that wasn't very nice. Let's apply turpentine again. I think that's basically it. You just have to out DPS his healing. I mean, he doesn't do that much damage to you, so it's not really an interesting fight in that regard, as long as you can out damage him. Which I'm having a little trouble doing, obviously. So I think I'll start doing this. Do that until my stamina goes down. Ow. Then I'll do this, and then he'll die. That's the end of the Leechmonger. GG. But not really, because you kind of suck. Yeah, it's not that interesting of a boss. He doesn't do that much damage to you. I mean, the gimmick would probably be interesting if it actually did more than what it did, but it'd force you to be like, okay, do I want to fight him at range, or do I want to, do other stuff? What do I want to do? But, so let's collect the crap that he's got around his room here. There's some shards of Faint Stone, which you can use to upgrade blessed weapons. Shards of Sucker Stone, which you can use to create, not mercury weapons, but weapons that inflict bleed damage. So it's your starter pack for all of your more ridiculous upgrades in this area. But that's the end of him, and the end of 5-1. Not too bad. Not too bad. And for defeating him, we get the Wriggling Demon Soul, which we can use to create, I believe, a spell that I kind of want later on here. But not quite yet. Let's get a preview of the next area by going into this room over here. Where is it? The cave kind of opens up at some point, and then you can see part of the next level. 5-2, that is. 5-2 is a big place. I anticipate extreme lag conditions in this area, but we're gonna put that on the back burner for now. We'll come back for that eventually. I think 5-2 I think is gonna be our second Archdemon route that we have to take, because as the fog wall at the end of 1-2 said, we can't go through there unless we defeat an Archdemon. But I think we're going to defeat a couple of them before we go in there, and one of the ones we're going to beat is down that route there. So, but instead of doing that for now, let's return to the Nexus, recuperate ourselves, use some of these souls that we've got to level up, and then we'll go to the next level. The king that Estrava was talking about right there, old King Doran. The Eternal King. I guess the real question is, will we ever find him? The answer? Well, you'll find out eventually. So how does my... Okay, my equip burden is 44. I need to get it to 51 before I can stop leveling endurance properly. So I need to get endurance up to 22. So once we get vitality to 15, we'll do that with endurance. We'll get it up to 22, and then we'll start leveling everything else up. But before I do that, I'm going to unequip this and unequip this, because we don't need either of those for right now. How far over am I on this if I put these chain gloves on? Well, I'll be plenty over if I equip the winged spear. So maybe we'll just go do this.
Hello,
Hello, Thomas. Here, have. Let's see. What do I want you to have? I won't need this. I won't need this. I just got to remember to actually come back and get it when I'm going back into that level. So hopefully I remember to do that. There's some turpentine. We'll get rid of that. Hold on to all of those. Get rid of these. And these. And these. And that. And I'm going to hold on to this because I'm going to be able to use it shortly in order to take care of the enchantment that's on it there. So I'm going to hold on to that for now. We'll get rid of that, and that, and that, and those, and that for now. Maybe we'll come back and we'll get the chain gloves out in a little bit. And then take... Where is it? There it is. Wing spear.
you have a heart of gold. Don't let them take it from you.
Admittedly, I could use the just the bow instead for this next part because I do have magic, but I'd like to incorporate a little bit of physical attack into my magical attack there. And we can still light roll with it, so that's good. What do I want to do now? I think we're going to go get some arrows and some spices from Blige because he sells them, like I said, for a better price than Baldwin does over there. So let's go over here and take the path less traveled or less shopped. I don't know. Go buy more arrows. Because basically any piercing attacks will be useful in the next level when we're fighting the enemies there. Okay, so let's go down here. Not get sniped by stingers. Go see Blige. Hey, Blige, what's going on?
Oh, hello. I'm here to please. What can I get you?
What in the world was that sound? Huh. That'll be good. And then some arrows. 25, please. Thank you kindly, Blige.
All done. Good day.
Good day.
Be sure not to get...
I will try. You too. Good guy, grave robber. You'll never hear those two things in the same sentence in any other place except Demon Souls. Alright. Back to the Nexus. We'll level up. We'll equip some different spells because the next area, fire, is not so useful. But magic is. So we're gonna take every advantage we can get in that regard. So let's go do that. Where's the maiden at? Is she above me? Oh, there she is. Okay. I couldn't see her there for a second. I'm going blind in my old age.
Are you begging for a magic
Something like that. How about you reteach me the spells that I already know? Water Veil would probably be useful. Enchant weapon, Water Veil. That's cool, thank you.
Be careful how you use it.
Yeah. Blah, blah. I wouldn't be giving it to you. Yes, shut up. Okay, so here's the deal, by the way. We finished the level, and we got the Blessed Mace +1 out of the level. So now, because I finished the level with the mace, I can upgrade it. Or in the case that I would like to use it, I can downgrade it. I want to downgrade it into a regular mace. and then upgrade it from there. But I don't have the materials that I need in order to get it, because the materials I need are in 2-1. So when I get to 2-1, once I get the materials that I need, I can downgrade this weapon once. And then once I beat the boss, I can upgrade it from there. So basically, when I beat the next boss, after I beat the 2-1 boss, you may see me downgrade this and then upgrade it once. That is just because I lacked the materials and I couldn't get them any other way from doing the previous level. But once I receive the materials, I'll be good. This will happen again, I believe, when we do 5-2 and 5-3, because the weapon that I need from there, I'm not going to have the materials I need to upgrade it either until later as well. So, but yeah, basically, the Blessed Mace +1 is going to stay Blessed +1 for a little bit. And then I'm going to downgrade it once we get the materials that I need. But the compound longbow and the heater shield that we have here can be upgraded because I got them before beating the last boss. So I can upgrade the shield to +1 and the compound bow to +3. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Take this and make it +3. Please and thank you. And take this and make it +1. Please and thank you. Now, as you can see, after a certain point of using the shards there, it resets them from the 1,000 something that you had down to 99, which is fine because I don't think I'll ever need 96 shards of hardstone for anything in this game. Perhaps I'll need a bunch in order to upgrade the shield, but like I said, I'm not going to be doing that often either. Oh, another thing, I believe if I recall correctly, upgrading a weapon actually, or a piece of, shield, whatever, it actually resets the repair cost on it. So if you have something to repair, don't repair it first, upgrade it first, and then see if it still needs to be repaired. Because I don't think it will, if my knowledge of the game is correct. But, I could be wrong. Now, let's see. I don't think I need anything else from you here, Baldwin. Because your arrow's too expensive, your spice is too expensive. You're just overcharging everything, old man.
You come back alive. I need your business.
Yeah. I need you to keep upgrading stuff. For now. Anyway. So let's seek soul power and see what we can get up here. Vitality 15, that'll work. I have to make myself... I need like 6,000 souls to level up again, which is a lot, but, I have a storied soldier's soul. That's not bad. And then what else? I have a bunch of storied soldier souls, really. I think I'm going to hold on to a few of those, so... do I have like a lowest of the low unknown hero? I think I'm good, right? Yes, I am. So we will do that. Get that up to 22 so I can wear the chain gloves properly. But yeah, basically my eventual equipment that I'm going to use is going to weigh 25.5 pounds. So in order for me to be not fat rolling, I need to have an equip burden of top level of equip burden needs to be 51 in order to avoid that. So hopefully we will get that to happen. But for now, and that still puts me over on the chain gloves, right? Yeah, because I'd only be able to get to like 22.5, and I think I'm at 22.8 with them. Well, we'll wait until the next level because we're going to be upgrading endurance again anyway. But yeah, so now we're finally going to take on Stonefang Tunnel, which is probably a lot of people's second level, but for me, this is just the way that the order worked out. I wanted to challenge myself a little bit by going to the levels that most people save for later. Of course, I'm still saving 3-1 for last, and I think a lot of people take that one on last anyway, but you know. The Stonefang Tunnel. City of the Burrowers, keepers of the huge tunnel. That seems like a weird thing to be given a title of keeper for, but anyway. Most of the stubborn excavators who supported the soldiers of Boletaria had their souls taken. Lacking their own will, they mindlessly continue working. Well, that sucks for those guys. Let's see if we can't put them out of their misery. It's Stonefang Tunnel. And as you may recall, The Stone Fang Mine, I think they told us. I think Baldwin mentioned that Blacksmith Ed is located here at Stone Fang Mine, so we will have to go and find him. See if he can't upgrade things for us. Excuse me. Now let's see here. I'm going to do this. I'm going to put the bow here. I'm going to put the catalyst here and the shield here. Because I have enchant weapon now, so using enchant weapon on my weapon, I can only do that if I have it like this. Because if I have both of them in the right hand, I can't keep both of them out at the same time, so I don't want to do that. If I recall correctly, there's a crystal lizard over there, and I'd like to kill it before it runs away. So I'm just gonna do this. And if I keep him from getting up, we'll be good. There we go. More shards of sharpstone. That's not bad. I don't know if I'll actually need that for anything, though. Well, we'll see. The only problem with keeping the catalyst in your left hand is that the casting animations for some of the spells, like Soul Arrow, are a little bit different. Like, if you look at it, when I cast Soul Arrow now, it's like I'm casting Flame Toss with my other hand. So, it basically, you're not as good at casting with your left hand as you are with your right. I mean, it makes sense. Anyway.
Hello there.
Hello.
Souls. Souls. I trade fine goods for souls.
Oh, do you? Let me see what you have. So the filthy man here is overcharging for stuff like usual. He sells shards of hardened sharpstone if you need them, and a pickaxe if you're lacking for a piercing weapon for this part. But I'm okay. I've got what I need. So.
Our little town. Well, it's a nice wee place. All those lizard-eyed townsfolk are busy tinkering with stone. And don't bother with old men like myself. Makes life rather easy for me. I can get away with anything.
Anything.
Thank you, Lord, for this golden opportunity.
Well, I'm glad you got to do what you love to do, which is pillage and plunder.
Have you heard about that sparkling lizard?
I mean that one
He's
I just killed?
He's not easy to catch, but he's got some fine stones, and I know where his nest is.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't give it away.
Yeah, he sort of does. Actually, now just say that, Ghost Hand. What are you buying? What are you selling? That guy.
Thank you.
That guy's great. I love that guy. Also, Ghost Hand, welcome. Thanks for coming to the stream. How you doing?
Want to play? Well, you've got to pay. Don't you agree?
In today's video game market, sure I do. When this game came out, not so much. Well, actually, it was still kind of a thing when this game came out, but not nearly as prevalent as it was. At the point that this game came out, people were still getting pissed off about horse armor, so yeah. Alright, who's the wise guy? Like, what good is that gonna do you? You're just doing that to spite me. Just running past him. I'm doing pretty good, man. Doing pretty good. Got home from work, got some takeout on the way home. Got some homework to do in a little while, but not quite yet, and yeah. Making my way as best I can. Let's turn this handle. We can go here. If you go all the way down, well, we might go all the way down there because there's an item down there that we can grab. But if you go all the way down there on pure Black World tendency, you can actually get there's an enemy down there, a colorless demon, that you can fight and kill, and then you can get the colorless demon soul that I traded for with the crow last time. That's how you're supposed to get it, but by the way, but we got it from trading a talisman to him, so. And I won't need any other ones. Look at that shadow. I won't need any other colorless demon souls because I'm basically going to just duplicate the one that I already have. Because it's hard for me to control world tendency when the game is being played online. And you have to get it to pure black world tendency in order to get the colorless demon to show up. So instead of trying to manipulate the world tendency to my benefit when it's like this, I'm just going to say fuck it. Duplicate the items myself. It's easier. It saves on the grind. Don't got to worry about it as much. Now in here is a rather nasty looking and nasty playing fellow. A fat official. And he doesn't really stagger all that much, but he can cast fire at you. So I'm just going to take pot shots at him. I'm going to wait for this one. Hold on. When he puts his thing down like that, when he puts down his scythe, it is a little random, yeah, but you can control it a lot better when you're offline than you can online, so. But yeah, when he puts his scythe down, the fat official there, he's getting ready to cast the fireball spell. The spell he was casting at me was Flame Toss, and it does some good damage, but if he casts his fireball spell at you, it deals significantly more damage and can kill you, so I'm just going to avoid that altogether. He can also cast Ignite if you get close, and I would rather not deal with that either, so. These guys are weak to piercing weapons. So that's why I brought the Wing Spear, because it's going to be useful for that. And if you're a strength character, here is probably your early game weapon, or maybe even your weapon of choice. The Crushing Battle Axe +1. It's basically, where does Crushing start? +3 or +6? Because if it starts at +3, it's a +4 weapon, and if it starts at +6, it's a +7 weapon this early in the game. So it's pretty nifty to have if you're a strength character and you've already built your strength up pretty good. I, on the other hand, have other plans, so we'll have to make do without. I could roll over the gap there, but it's kind of dangerous, so I think I'm just going to wait out the elevator. If you don't have a piercing weapon, by the way, like I said before, you could buy a pickaxe from the filthy man out there, but if you're more of a magic character, you could also use spells like Soul Arrow to damage them, or enchant weapon if you have a not piercing weapon, but you have enchant weapon. I have all of the above, though, so I'm more than enough prepared for this level. That being said, with all of the sound effect glitching, it will be interesting to see just how prepared I am, considering the fact that this level is kind of long, and I may have to deal with some input lag. Okay, so a backstab does not quite kill you, huh? Yeah, like as you can see, the lag is pretty bad. 50,000 souls, man, that sucks. Sorry, man. I don't mean to laugh, but that's pretty awful. Other good thing about the Winged Spear is that it has quite a bit of range, and these guys mostly attack with their fists. So since they mostly attack with their fists, you can get the jump on them by just basically poking them from range. Some of them also attack with pickaxes, but again, it's not like... It doesn't have the kind of range that a... Yeah, I can imagine it wasn't a happy evening. It doesn't have the kind of range that their pickaxe... The spear does. Their pickaxes don't have the range that the spear does, so you can kind of outrange them and make things a little bit easier for yourself. Now this part is a little tricky because there's totally dogs in the next room, and I'd rather not draw them all out at once if I can afford not to. I don't remember where their trigger is from when they start attacking you. I think they're behind those pots that are back there, if I remember right. Uh-oh. Back, I say, back! But yeah, I'd like to take care of a few of these guys first before the dogs start ripping me in dead. Sorry if the sound effects bug anybody. There's not a whole lot I can do about them, since the servers are not optimized here. Ooh, this guy's got a bag. Give me your bag! The ones with the bag drop items, and those items are shards. So he gave me a bunch of shards of hardstone and sharpstone. I don't need any of them, but, you know. Weird dynamic shadow there. Not really dynamic, it's just sort of a thing. Now, I think when you step out to a certain distance, those pots will blast open, and then there come the dogs. Usually it happens by now. Maybe it's because I'm walking rather than running. Or maybe I have to. Yeah, it is kind of a shame. That's one of the reasons why I'm doing the playthrough here, because I've never fully experienced the game online, so I'm trying to relieve that. Oh. Frame lag. Hold up, hold up, hold up. There's 3 of you, isn't there? Yeah, that's what I thought. Get out of my way. Okay, inputs, you're gonna have to work with me on this one. I'm losing inputs because of the lag that you're seeing on the screen and all of that stuff. So if you ever see me do something kind of dumb when the frames are like this, it's probably because I'm mashing the R1 button with good timing, but the game isn't recognizing them because it's dropping frames and dropping inputs and all of that stuff. So it's an interesting way to play, that's for sure. I think there's another fat official in here, so I'm gonna have to. Ooh. The one up there noticed me. I forgot I don't have the thief's ring on, so he can take pot shots at me from there. But yeah, we're good. We'll just take pot shots at this one instead. Oh boy. Yeah, that was Fireball. It doesn't look that much different from Flame Toss, but believe me, you don't want to get hit by it. You'll feel the difference. Trust me. Ooh, big stab, but it still wasn't enough. So the Winged Spear's stabbing move, the heavy attack, is kind of like the Longsword's one-handed one, so. Yeah, I'm kind of interested to see how they'll handle it in the remaster as well. Honestly, I think it's probably just going to be similar to Dark Souls 3, but it remains to be seen yet. We'll see how that all goes, because I'm probably going to look at the remastered version of Dark Souls when I play it for the stream. I don't know when that's going to be, though. Probably next year, because I already have Bloodborne on the list of suggested games for me there. Speaking of which, Ghost Hand, if you're going to be viewing fairly regularly, I have a list of games that have been suggested to me by other people. I alternate the games that I play when I stream. I play a game that I like, then I play a game that people have suggested, and then so on and so forth. So if you'd like to see me play a game, let me know. I will add it to the list, and we'll basically, when it comes time to pick a game that people have suggested, I'll look at the whole list, say, oh, that looks interesting, and then I'll play it. So if you would like to stick around, feel free to suggest something. I take all suggestions into consideration. It can be old game, new game, good game, bad game. Doesn't matter. I'll do it anyway. There's a pickaxe, by the way, if you didn't want to buy one from the Filthy Man. It's not that expensive, but it's, you know, I guess you could just get it this way. It is a little easier. That fat official can see me. That's not good. Let me hide back here. I thought I saw 2 of them. Probably recommend PS1 classics. Cool, man. I don't think we have any PS1 games on the list yet. So that'll be interesting. I always forget. Is it left side or right side that the bar is on here? I think it's right side. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter too much. I could just roll over to him if I fall off. It was left side! Good to know. Can I get back up from here? Sort of. There's some more stuff from Bagman's, which is nice. Yeah, I can't quite get across from here. There's more people with bags over there, but we'll get to them eventually. I don't really need to fight these guys. They're not that interesting. This guy's in my way, though, so... Okay, camera. Now, before I get macked by this guy. I guess we'll fight him since he's, you know, making a big deal out of all of this. There's some sharpstone. Take a quick breather. There we go. I'm probably going to get pelted by flame tosses while I'm down here, but the only one that I really need to fight down here are the guys with the bags. And I don't think, no, neither of you have bags, so I won't bother you. I know you have eyeballs, so that's usually a good indication of something. There goes that guy. Large hardstone shard, nice. Ooh, nice hit frames there. Okay, clear stone. That's used for quality weapons, but we aren't going to be using the quality upgrade path. Unfortunately, might use the quality upgrade path for a different playthrough, maybe for when we play Dark Souls 3 again, since I've already played it. Shouldn't be taking a drink of water while enemies are pursuing me, but yeah, you know. Go. And there's a shard of spider stone. Now that's an interesting upgrade path for me anyway, in particular, because I have a compound longbow, and bows are affected by the spider stone upgrade path. It turns the weapon into a sticky weapon. Lewd. Anyway, the sticky weapon benefits greatly from dexterity. Did I pick that item up? Yeah, I did. It benefits greatly from your dexterity being high. And it increases the range of the bow when you upgrade it, but it only applies to bows, so that makes it a little hard to recommend if you're not using a bow, obviously. All right, good, we got through it. Sweet. All right, yeah, you do that, man. Am I gonna kick him off the ledge here? Yeah, I can't do plunging attacks to him. Well, we'll grab this while we're up here, and then we'll go and take care of him. Renowned Hero Soul, nice. Where did you... Are you down there? Oh, okay, I see you. See if I can fire down at you. Yep. And goodbye! How many arrows do I have left? 72? Good. That's plenty. There's some full moon grass, very nice, and now we gotta make the run one more time back up. And then we'll move on with the level. This level's a little longer than 5-1, so it'll probably take us a little bit to get through, but that's okay. My plan was to get this one and 5-1 done today, and I already did 5-1, so... Yeah. Let's see. That's that. There's nothing there. There is something here, though. Oh, crap. Now, I believe if we go through here, we can get kind of close to where there's a shortcut that leads back to the beginning of the level. Coming up here somewhere. I don't think it's right here. I think it's kind of close to here, but not right here. So, there is an item I'd like to get around here somewhere, though. And that there is a fire lizard. They are weak to magic, and just be careful if you get close to them because they have a tendency to poke you, and when they poke you with their faces, they stagger you, just like most everything else. Here's a shard of meltstone. Now that is what I needed for the Blessed Mace +1. In order to make it a regular mace, which is what we're going to be using. But basically, you use a shard of meltstone, any enchantment that's on the weapon already, or piece of, or shield or whatever, it takes it off for you. It reduces it down to its base level. So basically, I'm reducing the mace down to a regular mace instead of a blessed one, and then I'm going to use it like a regular mace. So instead of paying 3,000 souls with the Filthy Woman to do that, I just said, screw it, I'm just going to make the Blessed Mace into a regular one. And that's how we'll do it. And it's a rusty wheel, or is that blood? Looks more like rust. I can't really tell, though. Thank you for the half moon grass. That's very nice of you. And then over here is where we're going to start lagging because there's lava. Or very, very hot magma, or whatever you want to call it here. I forget which one's under the surface and which one's over. Because I know one of them is under and one of them's over. I just don't remember which. So we can lure these guys one at a time. The item over there is actually kind of important for me because I'm going to need it for an upgrade path. And you will see what it is if you don't know already in just a few moments. See if I can hit that guy. Yep. Gotcha. A couple more. Wait for it. Now. Go. There's those guys too, but I don't think I can kill them in one hit, so I think it's better if I leave them for now. Maybe if they want to fight me, they can come up and fight me. I think that's it for the ones on the walls up top here. Yeah, looks like it. Okay, let's go grab our prize. A shard of dragonstone. Very nice. That's used for fire upgrades, and I will be using it because I'm going to use a fire upgrade. Guess what weapon I'm going to put the fire upgrade on? Yeah, we're not living that. Let's just avoid that altogether for now. These guys have the right idea. They put some hot irons, and they use them as weapons instead. I'm not very good at parrying them, though. So maybe I'll just, you know, do this. Is he gonna go in the lava? Oh, never mind. Thankfully, they're not really that powerful, these guys, so... And here's their weakness to magic, as you can see. Almost completely dead from one soul arrow, so... We're gonna need to save and quit in a minute, I think, because of the crazy sound effects there. Now, we could go this way and continue with the level, but before we do that, let's go this way. And just continue and find a shortcut. Now, that guy's got a hammer. He's probably got the highest range out of any of the miners there. So, you want to take care of him if you can. I think one of these guys has a bag. Is it you? Yes. 'Tis you. What is in your bag? Look at all that. Hard stone shards. Not that we need them, because I already have them, but, you know. It's there, and it helps. Oh, God. He tricked me! Got just on the edge of my range there. And there's some large hardstone. I think we got one large sharpstone shard out of that, too. So, that's pretty nice. Or, you know, as HC would say it, that's pretty nice. And now we can unlock a shortcut over here that leads us back to the beginning of the level. And also to something else, which I will show you in just a moment, once we get down there. So we'll turn this handle. This will get us an working elevator here. And we'll go down. Yeah, I'm sad it's ending too there, Tiglath. And by the way, welcome. How you doing? Thanks for coming. For joining me on this last little soiree in Demon Souls. And down here is what we unlocked in addition to the shortcut back to the beginning of the level, Blacksmith Ed.
I haven't seen you around these parts.
Yeah, I'm new here.
What does it matter? You need a blacksmith, show me some coin. If not, head straight for the door.
You do know that the door leads nowhere, right, Ed?
I'm busy. I'm not here to chit-chat. Forging a weapon strengthens it, alters its character. Ores are transmogrified sprites. Their presence blesses the weapon.
Huh. Okay, well, you're chit-chatting a lot considering you're busy and not here to chit-chat. The transmogrified sprites thing, you can actually kind of see the sprites that he's talking about sometimes. Like when you kill enemies or if you throw soul remains, you'll see these little like wispy firefly things coming out of it. And those are the sprites that he's talking about. It's kind of interesting.
Wars are trapped.
Also for items that you can pick up, if you have like, if you're on 1080p or something, like if you have an HDMI cord for your PS3, you can kind of see the sprites there too. So it's interesting to look for them. Do I really need to do that? What's the 151 and 160? I don't think I need to repair them that badly. And they're gonna get, you know, more discombobulated as we go here. So since Ed is a blacksmith and I have one upgrade stored for the mace there. Yeah, and the thing about it is that I've never played Kingsfield, but I've always thought about playing it myself. And I think I'd like it, considering Demon's Souls has more in common with it, but I've never played any of the games myself, so. The NA version of the servers are bugged? No, I did not read that. I'll have to check that out. Any other details you could give me before I go check it out? What I was saying is that since I have one upgrade stored there for the mace, since I had it when I beat the last boss, I didn't have the meltstone then, but I'm going to use it now to melt it down into a regular mace. And when we beat the boss of this level, I can upgrade it into a mace +1. So there's that one done. I can't do anything with this for right now. But as you can see, Ed has some different upgrades that he can do besides the ones that Baldwin can do. He can do all the ones that Baldwin can do, which are like the hard and sharpstone ones and the quality ones with the clear stone. He can also do meltstone. But there's also the sticky upgrade here that we can get from Ed. And we're going to be coming back to have him do that to our compound longbow in not too long. So, eventually, not quite yet.
All done? Let me gone. I'll work alone.
Oh, sure. Whatever. Fine. Be that way. See, like I said, you can go this way in order to get out of the level and then go back to the archstone, but I don't need to do that, so we're gonna go this way first. We'll probably grab that item and then come back up and around. I probably should have just grabbed it on the way down, but I forgot, to be honest with you. There's some clear stone. Not that we really need it, but you know, at least we got it. Let's see if I can... Well, that works. Saved myself a little time there. I should have just walked off. I wouldn't have gotten enough. I would have gotten less momentum than I did if I rolled off there. Because you get a lot of forward momentum rolling in this game. It's kind of incredible. Then you go play Dark Souls at 60 FPS and you're like, aww. Corrupting save files and online play's not really there. I've seen player ghosts. I have not seen signs yet. I've seen player ghosts and player signs though. So I don't like the fact that it corrupts save files, but we can live a little dangerously. If it really comes to a head, though, like if I'm really starting to get framey and, you know, I stop seeing player signs and everything, I will switch my tune real quick and we'll go back to offline play. And then we'll turn on online play for when we want to actually fight people instead. I was thinking about doing that, though, anyway, just going straight to offline play. While I'm not doing PvP, that is. And then when we got to like Old Monk and then the PvP sessions, which we're going to do later, I'm going to go from there. My soul level is, where is it? 29 right now. So, uh-oh, I'm stuck. There we go. So if you would like to double check, I would appreciate it. Hey, iron knuckles, those are kind of rare. They're a fist weapon. And you can use them to troll the game, actually, because you can... Let's see, where is it? Is it this hand, or is it the offhand that you can do the headbutt with? I think it's the offhand. Nope, there it is. So if you're good at forward smash attacks in Smash Bros, you can just headbutt things to death with the iron knuckles. And as long as you have stamina... Because there's no poison in this game... It's very easy to use that way. You may recall, I think Ouroboros was the one that originally showed that at one point. I don't quite remember, though. It could have been him, it could have been Peeve. I don't really remember. Uh-oh. Don't you go... Hey, 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 get back here! Well, he's gone. He's gone, boys! Yeah, this is getting bad. It's getting hairy. Anyway. So we gotta kind of run across this. And if we run across it, we can grab the remains here, including the Great Club, which it's an upgrade to a regular club if you've got it, and you have the strength for it. I do, so that's cool. Why the sound lag? The servers, again. It's drop. The fact that I'm online is dropping inputs for me. The frames are lower than they would be offline, and on top of that, it's just general chaos and shenanigans because I'm online. So maybe, you know what? I'm not even gonna say maybe anymore. What we're gonna do next time I play this, because after 2-1 I'm gonna wrap up for this stream. But for the next stream, we will play offline until we get to the, from that point until we get to the Old Monk boss fight. Once we get to that, I can play online, because Old Monk you can PvP with people with. And then, what's it called? When we do, I'm gonna do a whole entire stream that's just PvP. So at that point, we'll go back online and we'll deal with the framiness at that point, instead of dealing with it the whole time. I kind of wanted to play the whole game online to give people an opportunity to invade me, but if the servers are bugged, then I'm not really too keen on that. There's an unknown hero soul. Do those guys see me? I can't quite tell. I might be able to sneak past them. Keyword is might. There's a steel shield. I don't think I want to deal with that, to be completely honest with you. So let's just gently... The one guy notices me over there, the one with the pickaxe, but he's not really noticing me that much. Okay, so this next part's a little tricky because there's dogs to deal with in addition to those guys, the lizards, but we should be okay. In the open cave area, you can stay at 12 FPS. Okay, I will have to keep an eye out for that. Like I said, we will, you know, I might even do it right here, to be honest with you, because I don't want to deal with that. Okay, so here's what we'll do. I'll quit here. It'll save it there. I'm going to turn off the video for a quick second on the stream so that I can, you know, quit out of the game and log out of the PSN to make it less framey. And then I will go back into the game and we'll play it offline at a much better frame rate. So give me 1 second. Why is there Christmas music upstairs? Why is there Christmas music upstairs? I'm so confused. Yes, yeah, I know specifically that 2-2 can destroy your frame rates if you go into the larger cave area, even offline. So I would rather avoid that if I can. So sign out. There we go. So sorry if anybody wanted to invade. I unfortunately am having too many issues keeping connection with the server, and we had some problems where we had to quit out because we got logged off of the servers last time too, so yeah, this will be easier. Pepper, what are you doing? What are you doing? Good girl. Okay. So we'll log back in. And we'll stay offline and see if it's a little bit less framey. Haven't been able to invade or co-op. That's not good. Maybe that's why they decided to shut them down. It's less because they've been on for a long time and they're keeping them up as a cost that they can cut. That's probably part of it. But the other part might be just the fact that they're too unstable, the servers there. So, no, I would not like to sign in. We'll play in offline mode. Just to save ourselves a few frames. Were they always unstable? Okay. Yeah, see, I didn't know because I haven't played the game really online all that much. I think I played it a little online the first time I played through the game. But I've never done like PvP or anything like that, like with other players. In this game specifically. See, that's a little better. So, kind of cheating with what still unstable in every Souls game. Yeah, I guess that's fair. That's fair to say. So I don't want to deal too much with the lizard guys because there are these dogs that will pop up from down there if you go too far. And I don't want those guys to mess around with me. That takes care of that. But we shouldn't see any issues with audio. I guess I could have probably noticed that guy. Oh. But yeah, we shouldn't see any more issues with the audio chopping or anything like that in the game. I might still drop frames on the stream, but that's because of my internet connection, not because of the game, so. Just so you know. Where are those dogs, anyway? There's another shard of dragon stone. Very nice. Hello. Doggos. I can see them moving down there. I think they're trying to get to the stairs, but they're failing. Well, I had a bad experience with this particular lizard the last time because I got caught between him and a dog the last time I played this game for YouTube, so I would rather not do that again. But if we kill them quickly, then when the dogs come up, it won't be as big of a deal. And now that they're dead, all the lizards that is, I can kind of funnel the dogs like this one at a time. If they can, find the stairs. Well, there's one of them, at least. One of them found the stairs. That's one down. I'm going to back myself away a little bit. Uh-oh. It's two down. Oh, God. And three down. Nice. Alright, Ghost Hand, thanks for stopping by. Have a good one. Appreciate you dropping in. There's a couple of Ed's Grindstones that we've got there. Those will repair your weapons automatically if you use it in a level. So you don't have to go back to a blacksmith and repair them. Not really all that useful, I don't find. I think if there was more things that used acid, like actual enemies that used acid, they'd be more useful, but usually there isn't, so not as useful. Dark Souls 2 was really the only game that I think repair powder was really all that useful in my particular experience. Any other? Yeah, there's a dude over there. Well, that's okay. I don't need to deal with them right now. Gotta love the range of the wing spear, man. I also like the little step up that he does there. That's nice. Ow. Nice hyper armor. Are you a bag dude? You are a bag dude. Nice. Give me your stuff! I don't know why they laugh when you stab them sometimes. It's kind of kinky. Some shards of ouch stone. Let's throttle this man's. And then turn this handle and see what it does. Any items I can grab? Yes, there is one over here. Alright, now let's turn the handle. What does this button do? So that stops that wheel from turning. And in turn, that drops the water onto that lava that we saw before. And when water is dropped on red hot liquid like that, it will rapidly cool it and make it passable. So that's what we need to do now. Let's go to the spot where it is passable and then just pass over it. Was there a way for me to get that item up there? Or is that later in the... I think that's later in the level. Let's see, is there a way for me to get over there from here? I guess I could drop down from, like, right here. Yeah. That'll work a little bit easier. Okay. So let's check out that area that we opened up, and then we'll go from there. I thought those guys were back alive. I was like, what the hell? But yeah, as you can see, all of the red hot liquid is gone. I don't know if it's lava, so I'm not going to call it lava. But we can collect up the items that were down here. Sploosh ourselves in some water. Not that it does anything. Be cool if it did, though. And grab a ring of poison resistance, which will probably be pretty useful. Excuse me, when we go to 5-2 later on. But for now, not so useful. Because nothing, that I recall anyway, in this level poisons you. So that's good. I believe down here is another fat official, and he's in a room full of explosives. So we don't want to, you know, deal with that too much. Now you do that, man. You do that. I'm going to hide back here. Can't really see his hand moving that much when behind all these pillars, but basically if he casts it with his left hand, it's Flame Toss. If he casts it with his right hand, it's Fireball. And you don't want to deal with Fireball. Just trust me on that one. I'll probably get hit by one later in the game because those guys appear again later in the game. But I would prefer not to. Thank you for that. And now through here. What's this item? A Stone of Ephemeral Eyes. Okay, I'll take it. Did it equip it? No, but it equipped those edge grindstones. I would not like. Please and thank. Now over here is where we start seeing some semblance of what we're dealing with at the end of this level. That's a lot of spider webs. Jesus, you couldn't have missed more if you tried. Oh wait, you were trying? Oh, never mind then. I do like the fact that these guys give you, you know, a good amount of upgrade items. It helps out because you may have gotten to this point and not gotten that many upgrade items if you did it in the order that I did it in. Of course, I'm a cheating bastard because I used item duplication to make sure that I always had enough upgrade items, but it's arguable whether you think that that's cheating or you think that that's just fine. I prefer myself to keep things moving on these streams, so grinding, not my cup of tea. There's more shards of spider stone if you haven't gotten any yet. I think there was one that was a pickup though, so you probably could have gotten one before this. And I think one last item up here. And then we're going to head downstairs. We just came from there. Drop over here. You can grab this, the Kree Blade. Nice little weapon. What it does is it increases the damage of your spells as long as it's equipped, but it also decreases your magic resistance, so it makes you more susceptible to people that are casting magic. It's a nice weapon to have because basically if you're casting magic, you're probably not casting it on somebody who can use magic because they're probably resistant to it. So yeah, that's what I say. I mean, if I was doing like if I was trying to make the game challenging for myself, I would do that. But to be honest with you, I've done grinding before, tried to do grinding in this game before. When I did my first playthrough, I used a blessed weapon. And grinding for faint stones, literally there was 1 or 2 parts where I just completely fell asleep while doing it. And that's not ideal when I'm on a stream because I don't have a face cam on, so it's not really easy for you guys to see whether or not I fell asleep. And just be like, hey, Mono, wake up. I'm going to butcher this name, but Moriqua, thank you for following. I appreciate it. Tell me if I mispronounced it, please, because I don't like mispronouncing people's names. It's just not very nice of me if I'm mispronouncing people's names. Don't like face cams? Yeah, I'm on the fence about them myself right now. I'm not really sure. I do like having you be able to see me, but I feel like it's only really good for people to need to like to do it when it's important, you know, like if there's a major update on my channel or something like that, that's when I'll be like, okay, now I can bust out my face cam. Other than that, I'm kind of like, I don't know. I don't really know if I need it. Now that I'm thinking about it, back where those guys were throwing boulders at the very beginning of the level, there is an item that you could pick up if you go back over there called sticky white stuff. Lewd. And you can basically use it to do what enchant weapon does to your weapon, to coat it in magic, and that will help against the boss fight coming up here, but not really sure how to pronounce it. Okay, well, I'll do my best. I might end up pronouncing it differently at other points, but at least I didn't butcher it, I think. Anyway, I have enchant weapon, so I don't need the sticky white stuff, but we are going to use it to coat our spear. I actually don't know if piercing weapons are good against this guy, to be completely honest with you, but so we have Armor Spider. And he has webbing. And the webbing is bad because it forces you to be slow as hell. It's not good. Ow. Just get through that. There we go. What you got now, huh? That's not gonna help you. I'm right in your face right now. Just wait for him to do that. Grab your nearest weapon of choice and start smacking them crapless. Make sure you undo your shield, by the way, when they after you block, because if you just leave the shield up, you're more likely to get shield broken or just knocked on your ass, and that's not good. When they start doing that, when the Armor Spider starts convulsing, you want to run back to the beginning of the tunnel because that will happen and it hurts. So reapply magic weapon if you have extras like I do. And then head back there if you don't get hit by the webbing, you know, because you're a dumbass like me. It doesn't last very long though, the webbing, and I think it might burn off, to be honest with you. So Alright. Enough of that. I don't think that can actually hit you, that little convulsion and then fall down thing. Nice dodge. Didn't even intend to do that, but cool. Take it. Nice. Uh-oh. Ow. Ow. I think I'm a little too far away. There we go. Uh-oh. Man, your AI pattern is being really funky right now. Normally you just convulse normally and then you start shooting fire after that. So yeah, what in the hell is... What's wrong with you? Alright, none of that. Come on. Alright, stop with the ranged attacks. I'm right in your face. Alright. Gotcha! Ha ha! GG, Armor Spider, GG. Pretty decent chunk of souls for that. Let's look around the room because some of the stuff here is pretty valuable. Renowned Soldier's Soul, not bad. Looking more for... There's another item. I think it's that one over there. It's a little bit more valuable to me. Although we already have one of these, but if you don't, here's another chunk of Spider Stone. You can get more Spider Stone from the Crystal Lizards in this level, so that helps out a little bit, like that one right down there. But most importantly, if you go to this Archstone, in addition to the soul that you get for beating Armor Spider, you also get a pure Spider Stone. So now you can +5 one of your bows with the sticky upgrade, and that's fantastic. We'll be liberally abusing that at some point, not quite yet. Can I get this Crystal Lizard before he runs away? I might be able to. I probably should have equipped the Thief's Ring, but, you know. No, not that. Not camera. Work with me. I'm just going to stay away from the miners there. They hit a little harder, so... Oh, he's running away. Alright. We'll come back for that one. We'll come back for that one later when I wanted to, too. Not quite yet, though. So let's return to the Nexus. Hello, Melodica. How you doing? Sorry I didn't catch you there a little earlier. I was knee-deep in a boss fight, and then I was concentrating on that Crystal Lizard. So, sorry. Alright, so we got the weapon that I'm going to be using for a good portion of the game here. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for coming and joining me for the stream. What do I need now? Let's see. I need... here's the Great Club, by the way. I can't use it quite yet because I only have 16 strength, but it's a cool-looking weapon, big old spiked baseball bat. Unfortunately, you can't quite upgrade the thing. Otherwise, I'd be using this all the way. But yeah, it's pretty cool. But the weapon of choice that I'll be using is the mace. And we will keep the compound longbow because in a few moments I'm going to take it over to Ed and we're going to turn it into a spider. Well, it should be called a spider compound longbow if you ask me, but it's going to be sticky because that's how the game denotes it. First and foremost, though, before we go upgrading or anything like that, let's go over here and buy some more arrows from Blige so that we have them intact and ready for the next level. Because next time we meet, we are going to go do 3-1, Tower of Latria. And that is going to be... I think that's the longest of the first levels that you do. I think pretty much all of Latria is long. It's a long level. 3-2 is pretty long. 3-1 is very long. At least in my experience. So... And I don't know how well I'm going to do in that level with only a +1 melee weapon, but that's okay. We'll make do. If I have to use arrows, I'll use arrows. No big deal. Alright. Blige, hello again. Let me have some of them arrows, man. We got enough spice, right? Well, we're going to 3-1. Maybe I should grab some more spice while I'm here. Let's go to 15, just so I have it. We'll go to 20 of these. You can also buy sticky white stuff from Blige if you wanted to, but it's just too expensive, so I'm not really going to bother. Regular arrows, and maybe we'll get some other arrows. Let's see. The elemental arrows aren't as good in Latria because I don't think the enemies there are weak at all to elemental damage. I think they're just more weak to physical damage. So maybe we'll buy that, and we'll buy 100 wooden arrows. Well... No, I probably don't need them that badly.
All done. Be sure not to get...
Hey, you too, Blige. Thank you. Alright. So let's take this mace and this heater shield back to Baldwin. We'll upgrade them both up one level. For anybody who didn't hear the last time I was doing the stream, that's how I'm doing it with weapons. Every time I beat a boss, I can upgrade my weapon 1 level. That way I'm not just using the item duplication glitch and then just plus 9ing all of my weapons right at the beginning of the game. That would be too easy. So I can only upgrade once per boss I kill. So. Oh, will they? Really? I would be cool with bright blue eyes there. It would just glow in the dark. That'd be pretty cool. Of course, they were bright blue when I did the character creator, but I was like, no, let's try to use something other than that. What were we doing? +2 heater shield, +1 mace, and then a sticky compound longbow +1. Before I do that, I need to. I think I need to dupe a couple of the spider stones in order to do that. So. Let's see here. We need to... Let me just deposit the things I don't need first. And then we'll do that. These are all fine. We'll hold on to those. Here's some hard stones. Oh, right. I can only give him a couple of those. Because I have a ton of them. Sharp stone, sharp stone, sharp stone chunk. Nice. I didn't know I had that. Clear stone, dragon stone. I'm going to hold on to the spider stone. Chunk. Here's the pure. We'll never need more than one, so we'll never need to dupe that. Oh, was it Dune reference? Okay. See, I have Dune. I got it for Christmas one time, but I've never read it, and that's... I really need to get around to doing that. I intended to read it before I played Mass Effect 1 for my channel, but I never got around to that, so... Sorry, man. It flew right over my head. We're going to put that away for now, because I don't need it that badly. I might need the Thief's Ring, so I'm going to hold on to that, and I might need the Ring of Herculean Strength, so I'm going to hold on to that too. We can discard these shards, right? I can drop them. That'll work. I'll just drop them down here or something. I don't know if they go away when you drop them or what, but I don't need these, so just drop those there. That takes care of that. And now, let us do our little item dupe. Do that. Have an axial binding. Talk to Baldwin.
Hi.
Buy item. Crescent Moongrass. How many? 0.
What's the hurry? Where are you off to?
Oh, you know.
Have you any manners?
No. Just doing what I normally do with you. That start. Talk to Thomas. Deposit. Spider Stone. Mash Circle.
You have a heart of gold. Don't let them take it from you.
Oh yeah, man, no problem. I really enjoy this game myself, so I got no problems coming back to it, especially for a little farewell like this. It's bittersweet for me, but it just makes you appreciate the game a little bit more. The fact that, you know, there's a part of it that's going to be gone after this that you can no longer really take part in, so. Oh, okay, Denny. Gotcha. I don't know how I feel about... Well, to tell the truth, I don't know that I've ever really read a book that has a glossary that you can directly reference like that. I'm not exactly the most avid reader. I love when Ni no Kuni has the Wizard's Companion, though, so and that's basically a glossary of the game right there, so I might find that enjoyable. This was my second game in the series, actually, Tygaleth. Dark Souls 1 was my first game in the series, and then I went back to Demon Souls afterwards. And I think I like this one a lot, because Dark Souls 1 was more of an up and down experience for me because it was my first one, so I had a hard time, you know, getting the mechanics and everything. But by the time I played this, I was much more well versed at the game's mechanics. So I had a much better time, I think, on my first playthrough of this game than I did on my first playthrough of Dark Souls 1. So, I mean, not that my first playthrough of Dark Souls 1 was that bad, it's just, I think I had a better time here than I did there. We don't need 95 of those, actually,
Yeah.
so. Alright. We might actually be able to grab those hard stones and bring them back and put them in my inventory there. Oh, I'm glad you'll excuse my rudeness again, Baldwin. How's Ni no Kuni? I love Ni no Kuni, man. It's one of my favorite games on the PS3. It's freaking awesome. Honestly, though, I'll be completely honest, I'm not digging the direction they're going with Ni no Kuni 2. I really liked the familiars in Ni no Kuni 1, and it just feels like it's missing something in Ni no Kuni 2 since they don't have them. But that's a game I definitely want to stream at some point. It's a really good game. I really like it. I'm a big fan of Studio Ghibli, and I like most of the stuff that Level 5 has done, so the fact that they were together... very much. Like it, please. Give it to me now. So. Yeah, I honestly, I like the straightforwardness of Demon Souls. I like the open world that Dark Souls has going for it as well, but I think I myself prefer a more linear experience in my RPGs. Sometimes I feel like if there's too many side quests, the main quest kind of gets lost there, and it's hard to, to reconcile all the side quests with all the main quests. Like, I love Final Fantasy XII, but the main quest gets very easily lost in all of the side quests that you can do in Final Fantasy XII, so it just kind of... I love it a little bit less because of that, but in games that are more linear and straightforward, like Demon Souls here, you just go from point A to point B, and it's easier to get invested in it because you don't have to break your immersion to go, oh, I need to do this side quest for this person. That's the way I see it anyway. This is your favorite FromSoft game? Yeah, I think it's a lot of people's favorite FromSoft game, or at least a lot of people's favorite Souls game anyway. So, and for good reason. I really like it myself. It's hard for me though to put any specific Souls game in order for how I like them. Like, I tried to put an order in when I did Dark Souls 3 blind a couple of months ago, but at this point I don't even know if that order is correct there. The only thing I know for certain is that I did not like Dark Souls 2 nearly as much as I liked every other Souls game. That's my only gripe. And I think that comes primarily from the fact that I played Dark Souls 2 when it first came out. I played it like day one, and it was an awful game when it was patch 1.0. Just terrible, especially by comparison to Demons and Dark Souls 1. And, I mean, they've patched it and made it better since then, but I don't know. I had a bad experience with it, and that just colored my taste or distaste for it. Yeah, I kind of get the same feeling there, Tyglath. I get the same feeling that Dark Souls kind of has this connectedness to it, and it's cool because when you're exploring it for the first time, it's like, oh, this connects here? Holy crap, I didn't know that you could go all the way over here from there, but... on repeated playthroughs, it's kind of like, yeah, okay, let me just get to the next part. But with Demons, it's like every time you come back, it's like, I know what I'm getting into, but it's still cool to see the worlds again, you know what I mean? It's still cool to see, certain places in Dark Souls 1, like, every time I go to Anor Londo, I get goosebumps, man. But, I don't know, I think Demon Souls did the progression part with its story and its lore for the worlds a little bit better than Dark Souls 1 did, but that's just me, so... Okay, so we did a couple of our upgrades. Let's go do our last one with Ed, and then we'll be in good shape. And I'll show you where you come out of that shortcut that I unlocked with the elevator when I go through here. We're not going to be gone from World 2 for very long, though. We're pretty much going to go do World 1, and as soon as I'm done with that one, I'm going to try to go back. I think I can rescue the one of the NPCs as soon as I get through 3-1. And then I'm going to go do that, and as soon as I do that, we're going to go back to him, get an item for that, and then we're going to... Oh, I didn't know that guy respawned. No, we don't need his stuff that badly. And then we're going to... Oh, he died. Well, hang on, then. And then we're going to go back, and we're going to... No, he didn't drop his stuff there. We're going to go back and do 2-2, like right after 3-1, I think. So... Okay, that wasn't too bad. You enjoyed 2 more than 3? Yeah, I think there's a good few people that I've talked to that have said that. I personally enjoyed 3 more than 2, but I can see where you're coming from. I think 3 is kind of like... It's like 1 and Demon Souls kind of mixed together, but you don't get the best aspects of either one, I think. It's linear, but it didn't connect with you at all. Yeah, I think there's people that have said that, and honestly, I really liked 3 myself, but yeah, different strokes for different folks. So I didn't like 2 at all. I liked it a lot more when I played it after they added Aldia into it. I still haven't completed the DLC for Dark Souls 2, though. So that'll be something that we'll do when I actually play it here. But not quite yet. That'll be a ways away yet. I still got to do Dark Souls 1 first. So anyway, let's make a sticky compound longbow +1. That's going to be a really powerful asset for us for the remainder of the game, this bow, because it's going to be upgraded more than most of our weapons for the entirety of the game, so. A fan-made Bloodborne game. Well, I can kind of see that. It feels like my experience with Dark Souls 3 started in the first parts of the game. Like, the enemies were still from Bloodborne, but I was stepping out of Dark Souls 1 and trying to fight them. And that was my experience with the very first couple of levels of Dark Souls 3. Eventually I got used to it, but yeah, my first impression of it was kind of like, this is kind of unfair, almost. The enemies are a lot more aggressive, and I don't have the options to deal with them, but you get used to it, so. It's just the beginning of the game that I think kind of turns people off because of the way that they chose to have some of the enemies move and attack and all that stuff, so. But yeah, like I said, different strokes for different folks. I'm not going to give anybody flack for it. It's your opinion, so I mean, yeah, we all got our opinions. We're all entitled to them, so. Can I level up with this many souls? I don't think so. I think I need to use one. I'm going to save as many of these boss souls as I can. I already used phalanxes, but I don't think I needed to keep that for anything. I don't think it gives me anything really good. Phalanxes, that is. Let me check, actually. Hold on. I'm going to switch from chat on my phone real quick. Demons. Souls. Phalanx. Soul. Lead Demon Soul. That is just for the Scraping Spear, and we're not going to use the Scraping Spear, so. Doesn't matter that I used it that way. I almost just pressed the R2 button and almost swung right at the Maiden in Black. That would not have been good. That's not going to do it. I don't know if that's going to do it either. I'm going to use one more. Okay. Let's level up again.
Soul of the mind,
more endurance. Just enough. Good. Actually, I could have avoided using that last one, so. Okay, and I think that'll about do it for this episode of Demon Souls. Let me actually go and switch this, though. I'm going to switch the spells that I've got here, and then we'll go from there. Oh, he's got protection. I don't need protection. Yeah, I think that that's another thing that kind of resonated with people. It felt like Dark Souls 3 was a big retread of a lot of old ground, and I think for some people that turned them off to it. So I understand. I completely understand where you're coming from. So I'm pretty easy to please when it comes to a lot of games, though. So I think my opinions are slightly different from some people's because I'm pretty easy to please with these games. So yeah.
Be careful how you use it.
Yeah, shut up. What a jerk. Anyway. So that's going to about do it for this episode of Demon Souls, the Stream Edition. Those Heartstones are gone now, aren't they? I forgot to go grab them. Oh well. Next time, we will... Actually, before we quit, let's see if Ostrava has anything else new to say besides what he said already about
King
the
Alant
King
led
Doran.
Boletaria with
he
a
did.
round table of brave knights. The royal twin fangs, Valafax and Bjor. Alfred, the Knight of the Tower. Metas, the Knight of the Lance. And the brave tribesman, Longbow Ulan and his fearsome legions. But today, Boletaria is an abysmal mess. Valafax was lost, and Bjor slipped through the fissure, never to be heard from again.
Damn.
All the
Sucks for those
rest,
guys.
along with Boletaria, have been devoured by the fog, and will soon be prey to the demons. The Boletarian Knights are no longer. But perhaps our age will see the rise of new heroes, such as yourself.
I wouldn't consider myself a hero just yet, Ostrava, but I'll see what I can do.
But
anyway, yes, so next time on Demon Souls, when we pick up again tomorrow at 4 o'clock Eastern, we're going to head into the Archstone of the Tower Queen and the Tower of Latria to check out what the last level 1 level in each world has to offer to us. And then if we get that done in any relatively decent order, we'll probably explore some of 2-2. I don't think we'll finish 2-2 because that's a big level in and of itself, too. I might honestly just take the shortcut to get to the boss straight away in 2-2 on the next stream. I'll see what I feel like when I come back tomorrow. But until then, thank you for watching, everybody. I appreciate you coming out to Twitch or YouTube to check it out. I will see all of you on the next episode. Take care and have a good night.